If you're familiar with watching Tekken on the internet, and you're here, so I assume you are, you're probably familiar with clip farming, a strategy where people give up advantageous situations to create entertainment value. Usually, in gigantic major Tekken World Tour tournaments, this is not something people try to do. Nii, the god of Tekken, is not like most normal people. What I have for you today are two matches. One versus JoKa, the EU's best player, player from the UK, and Nii versus Nobi, a legendary legacy match that has been happening since Tekken 6 during the 2000s. Nii has been in top form lately in Season 2 of Tekken 8 and back in late Season 1 of Tekken 8. And he was feeling himself at Combo Breaker 2025. This is from day 2, so that if you were watching the main stream during the top 24 or top 8 on the finals day, you would have missed this. And that's why I want to cover it here. If you want to watch all these matches, they're on my main channel and my second channel. I'll link them below. But first, I want to talk about some of these matchup nuances. If you don't care about this and you just want to see the matches, go ahead, jump to the timestamp below. All right, so Nii versus Feng. Considerations to make. Feng is kind of the god of hitting you whenever he wants. His moves have different timings. His moves evade. He has the back Kenpo stance where he like leaps back and dodges your moves and can whiff punish you. So Feng is kind of a menace, but the main complaint you'll hear from Feng players is he has to do a lot. He has to attack a lot in order to win. Whereas Bryan only has to win a few counter hit interactions. So to counter this, Nii is just going to move forward. Here is game 1 against JoKa. You notice that Nii is just dashing forward, but he's not really swinging right away, right? He gets counter hit here doing a dash into probably a jab or a button, and JoKa gets a nice counter hit timing. But the thing about Nii is because he's playing so movement heavy, he'll adjust. Now he's still playing the forward dashes. You see him put in some ducks to get around potential highs like jabs from Feng. But JoKa is winning most of the poke battles here. Nii finds a hatchet kick. Dashing in again, but getting clipped by the low. Dash in and block, but then the generic low kills him. So JoKa with a really nice layer 1. Really nice default timings that are beating how Nii wants to play. And look at this play immediately. The first 5 seconds of that were absolutely ridiculous. Look at this. Okay, so Nii sidestep ducks the 1-2 jab, and then goes for a snake edge, which counter hits JoKa. Immediately adjusting to the quick poke timing of Feng while also ripping a launch punishable move blows my mind. Maybe he tried to do a forward 3 and off of his forward dash cancels, it got stuck, or he got stuck and did a down forward 3, but that was absolutely wild. Run up hatchet kick, and now Nii is playing some dash jabs, a faster option to try and restrict what Feng can do in response. He blocks the palm off of a forward dash, which is really good. Sidestep right duck. Now he tries to clip him with a forward 4, no luck. Tons of jabs from Nii. And the down 4 comes into play when Bryan just wants to get you to interact with him. He's not going to win the game off down 4, but it's important to not just throw counter hit launchers over and over as a Bryan player. The down 4 is like, hey, by the way, you've got to worry about this. Your health is ticking down slowly. And you can see it now. Nii is the lead, 10 seconds remaining, and he finds the QCB1. Had JoKa not taken that damage from all the down 4s, if you look at his HP right about here before the launcher, all these down 4s gave Nii the HP lead. If you take away like 4 of these, JoKa's in the lead and Nii has to make something happen. But because he's been persistent with the down 4s throughout, JoKa feels the need to interact and gets counter hit here. And that's the trick to Bryan. He's not just a counter hit bot, a hatchet kick menace. He also has the simple down 4, and you'll see later Nii also adds down forward 1, which clips sidestep button. It clips ducks when you're looking for the down 4. And this conversion sent me mentally. The fact that JoKa got 78 damage off of this, I'll show you what he got it off of after. But now he goes for the shoulder, forward 4-3 on Nii. Back Kenpo, but Nii isn't whiffing into back Kenpo because he's not retaliating. He's letting JoKa get away with hitting his block, and then he dashes in or plays jab timings. Nice block on the shoulder. That move got sped up, so it's not supposed to be reactable. Nii clips him with the down back 1+2. And look, see, he's not forcing anything until he gets in range, and then he either plays a counter hit, a jab, or something really fast. But he's not forcing buttons onto Feng when Feng is so evasive. Down forward 1 once again. Check out the start of this round. Check out the start of this round, okay? Down forward 1 to clip the sidestep button. That was a counter hit. And then this situation from Feng. The back Kenpo 1 on counter hit. Sorry, I went back too far. Back Kenpo 1 on counter hit. now leads to a follow-up because of back 4-2, the season 2 extension. He did not get this beforehand. This is tons of damage for a counter hit low, and I think if I were to complain about season 2, that would be one of them. Anyways, going back to the next round after Knee cleans up here. Dashes up. You'll notice also something that's really cool about this last moment is he plays from a distance when Feng has rage here. Feng, with his poking game, is obviously augmented during rage. So rather than risk dealing with a lot of damage, Knee starts backing away. Then he runs in and hits the last hit to kill. Really nice tactics adjustment to avoid getting too predictable and avoid having to deal with all of Feng's hitboxes. If Feng had hit all that damage with rage, it could have been over. All right, nice sidestep on the palm. Knee running some strings, adding a little spice to his offense. And you notice he's just dashing in. He's not really swinging every time. Sidestep right while standing one. If he were to retaliate in super obvious windows every time, Feng could just back Kenpo, Feng could do sidestep hop kick, he could do lots of evasive options. But Knee is never attacking when JoKa expects him to. And he jab floats him out of the back 4 extension. This dude is so sharp. He gets palmed out of his QCB1. Nice call out by JoKa. The new low, but a heat smash kills. Look at this play. Look at this play, man. JoKa can't find any back Kenpo whiffs. So he starts swinging to try and use the most of his heat state, try to force a mix-up. But Knee is ready for the back 4 extension and jabs him out of there. The presence of mind to do that, right? Because Feng has the back 4 too, the high, that would counter hit knockdown. But Knee was sharp enough to see Feng go in the air and throw the jab. It may have been slight prediction. Knee can also sidestep to the right like he did at EVO Japan 2025. But he's very clearly playing well. So JoKa, under coaching from Tetsu, switches to Heihachi. Knee has been fighting Mishimas for probably over 25 years. If you think about Tekken Tag 1. So, but from what I know, Knee may have started in Tekken 5. So let's call it over 12 years. Okay? 20 years. The numbers are not important. The point is that Bryan against Heihachi. Bryan is already a defensive character, right? So when it comes to fighting against Mishimas, Knee is used to using his movement. Look at this, man. Look at this play. 1-2-1. Backdash. An innocent whiff. A little down 4. And he gets whiff punished. Knee is used to using his movement to counter the effective ranges of the Mishimas. You have the electric. Knee is going to look to go left. You have the jabs and the down forward ones. Knee is also looking to do small sidestep blocks to avoid overexposing himself. Look at this conversion. He is so comfortable. You can see how comfortable he could taunt heat smash. All right, look at this. JoKa does down forward 1-1. I lost my ability to speak from the awe of Knee. Down forward 1-1. He blocks. No, he gets hit. Knee gets hit by down forward 1-1 and sidesteps the jab right after. And then goes for a jet upper. And even though JoKa did 1 back 2, because it traded in time, Knee's able to convert. His ability and comfort in making these quick sidestep plays is just quite literally decades of optimization. Okay, back 4 from Heihachi. Heihachi's a bit more of a counter hit character in this game. He's not going to be spamming pokes as much. He's going to be looking for big nukes off of his electric. But Knee catches him with the counter hit forward 3. When it comes to playing counter hit for counter hit, Knee is pretty comfortable with this style. He made the adaptations to thrive in Tekken 7, and he's playing that guy himself, Bryan Fury. There was a little moment here where you could tell Knee was trying to clip farm. I'll rewind to find it, but we're dealing with another QCB1 counter hit launch combo right now. Bryan with huge wall carry. Double snake dash low parry. And you could tell he was feeling good already. Look what happens here. Was it here? Yeah. Look at that. Did you catch that? The Knee is staying in Heihachi's face. He's applying pressure without committing to the weakness of like putting out a button. Heihachi is jabbing, so Knee looks to sidestep, and anticipating the whiff, Knee starts taunting. Because what Knee wants to do is if you sidestep and if you whiff and you block, Knee wants to punish your block with taunt jet upper. Right? He's not trying to whiff punish your button. He's making a 2-layered read. It's that you'll whiff and then you'll hesitate because you whiffed. And he's looking to punish that hesitation. Then he does a double snake dash low parry. Okay, Knee is feeling it. Remember that thing I just explained to you. It's going to matter. Okay? All right, so Heihachi poking, 1-2 gets evaded, and JoKa finds the counter hit launch. Even Nii will get robbed sometimes. It doesn't really shake him once he's fully understood your timing and fully understood your intentions on offense. Heat smash from JoKa. He parries the unblock, the guard break. Sidestep jet upper on a down forward 2. I think he read an electric timing, so he was already prepared to throw it out. But it just happened to whiff. And now he's at half HP. What is he going to do to clean up this round? JoKa messes or hits the counter hit back 4, but throws the counter hit back 4, but it's blocked. Finds some key pokes in. Nii's getting counter hit, and suddenly he's on the back foot. Big whiff, but Nii was not ready to whiff punish it. Not familiar with the range of that move, the new back 2. And then he dies. Okay, so JoKa, signs of life. Nii maybe going to lock in, maybe going to focus a little more on getting the win instead of farming the clips. New Demon Paw from Heihachi. So Nii is doing sidestep right ducks and then blocking more quickly. A whiff punish on a wind god fist in neutral. He wasn't actually... He had no intention of coming into attack. He was just waiting for the whiff. Sidestep right. There it is again. He tried it again to taunt immediately. All right. So now he's getting close in range to bait JoKa to use buttons again. Because JoKa just whiffed. So he's less likely to whiff again. If you just stay far away. QCB1 counter hit. Colossal. Nii goes into heat. Now he gets Okazemi. What does he do? Eat smash. He just does a quick fuzzy block and block. And there it is. And did you catch that? Look at this. All right. This is absolutely demonic clip farming from Nii in a tournament. JoKa, after getting this fuzzy blocked, whiffs a forward 2. Nii could just whiff punish this. But no, he knows JoKa just made a big whiff and is going to block. So he dashes in and taunts. And if you don't know what taunt jet upper is, this is an unblockable setup that requires frame perfect execution. So he knows JoKa's going to hold back. So this is attacking not the whiff, but the hesitation after the whiff. And then he drops the combo on purpose to try to taunt jet upper him again, which he misses. He misses the second taunt jet upper, but he tried it, and then heat smashes. This is EU's #1 player. And Nii tried to clip farm him. He successfully got 1. But 2? Come on, Nii. That we know what type of timing you're on. And just for the sake of completeness, he did try that sidestep taunt jet upper earlier here. Okay. That was a ridiculous whiff punish, bro. He's just spacing. He's threatening forward movement. JoKa whiffs a wind god fist. But Nii's been whiff punishing that for decades too. Just goes to show how important the legacy moveset and defense is. Here he tries it. Catch that? He sees JoKa whiff. He knows JoKa will block after whiffing, so he sidewalks and tries to taunt. But because he gets to JoKa's rear, JoKa holds down back and outspaces it, so Nii recognizes that and cancels, and still blocks the next move. So while Nii is clip farming, he's still playing the game, which is the crazy part. You fight a streamer like VDX, and he might try to clip farm you, and he'll forget how to play the rest of the game. His defense will falter, all these other things will mess up, but Nii is still threatening all of his timing, still playing all his defense, finding the counter hits, while clowning on you with his decades of expertise. I still can't believe he tried to do it twice, man. So that was Nii versus JoKa. Incredible set. Let's look at the final Nii set on stream from that day. Nii versus Nobi. 2 decades of grudge matches, give or take. And Bryan versus Lars. Again, I'm going to talk about the matchup here. So if you don't care, once again, jump to the timestamp. Bryan versus Lars is kind of similar to Bryan versus Feng. I think you could argue that Lars is probably stronger now, but this is post nerf where he no longer gets Lars no longer gets lightning off of his stomp. So Lars is still really good at forcing canned mix-ups, and the canned mix-up portion is favorable because Lars is less likely to get counter hit if he's the one running the plus frame mix-ups or like the stance mix-ups where you can't do anything but guess. When it comes to neutral though, it looks similar. Like yes, Lars has a poking advantage. Yes, he can force these mix-ups, but Bryan is already a defensive character. So unless you're really creative with your Lars offense or really flipping the coin and making Nii just raw guess, he's going to find opportunities in neutral to find low parries or counter hits, which are high value for Bryan because he gets you to the wall and gets the taunt, unblockable mix-up, etc. And the fact that the HP was buffed to 200 is in his favor here, because he can take more of Lars's mix-ups, he can take more pokes, and look for more opportunities to rob you with a counter hit. And in this set, you'll see a lot of his down forward 1 to clip the crouching and movement that I mentioned, and down 4 to make the opponent interact. If you jumped here from the timestamp, welcome back. Maybe you'll learn something if you watch the character analysis. It's up to you, of course. You know, time is precious. Nobi versus Lars. Nobi versus Lars. Knee versus Nobi. I'm losing my mind. Nobi with a great start, running a ton of offense. And we saw it before in the JoKa match. Knee will be wrong. He won't guess right every time. He will lose games. But every single interaction is data. Sidestep jet upper, man. Already, and that's the heat burst nerf in action. One of the later season 2 patches, actually the most recent one as of the time of recording, the May patch reduced heat burst tracking. So you'll see more plays like that where if somebody's reckless with their heat burst, they'll die. Here's a cool way Knee wraps up this. Remember, Knee was losing this entire round, like here, until he got the sidestep on the heat burst. Knee's clean combo game here is clutch. He saves the wall. Most Bryan players save the wall. Clean combo game, and then he drops it. Most Bryan players save the wall because you want the chance to relaunch. You don't want to like extend your combo a little bit. Down jab to break the pressure. Nice block on the low and to punish. Hatchet kick. Neo Incinerator, and then down forward 1 when Nobi tries to interrupt. And then a homing move here is smart. It's a homing mid. Lars can't do any sidestep arc blast. He can't do lightning screw, the hop knee. He can't do orbital. It was a great way to prevent robbery. Knee forward dashing, again, not really throwing out buttons that can be sidestepped or interrupted, but just throwing out forward movement. If Lars wants to beat the forward movement, he has to do something unsafe himself, like a raw arc blast or, again, raw hop kick. And at this level, players are less likely to throw out raw launchers, and if they are the type of player to throw out raw launchers, Knee will recognize it and just stop dashing forward so willy-nilly. But right now, he knows who he's fighting, he knows his tendencies, so he's going to dash forward. I don't recommend doing that in a ranked set. QCB1. Down forward 1, counter hit again. Nobi hits the 1-1-1. Nobi's player, like, stat, like his trait, if this were like an anime and everybody had a special power, Nobi has the special power of mashing at the perfect time. Nobi loves mashing, but it feels like when you look for it, he'll never do it. The thing that makes Knee so good is he can find it. Knee can see. This is beautiful, by the way. You see this? So Lars jumps over, Knee breaks the throw, Knee dashes up jabs, and then dash ducks the 1-2 jabs and gets a punish. This is the kind of thing where if you try this in blue ranks, you just get launched, right? This only works because of the way Knee plays and the way his opponents care a lot about not losing. And of course now, even though most of us would be afraid of Nobi mashing, Knee recognizes Nobi's gonna chill. So he goes jab, flash, or dash duck, hatchet kick, plus frames, and then frame trap. So he knew Nobi would not mash for the hatchet kick, right? But then he knew Nobi would try to mash out of these plus frames. So he frame traps him. Knee elegantly countering when Nobi wants to mash. Call it history, call it intuition, call it data. It's a bit of everything. But it gets turned up to 11 in this round. All right, so the counter hit back one from Nobi gives him all of these mix-ups. Knee takes them all, honestly. Luckily for Knee, Nobi drops that follow-up. But no, everything Nobi is doing is working. And once again, Knee is fighting back from the corner. I feel like we've been in this corner quite literally, what, 2 rounds ago? Lightning. Big plus frames here. Knee has to guess. He guesses wrong. He stays solid and finds the low parry. This wall combo is awkward, so Knee calls it short on stops it short on purpose just to keep it safe. Heat smash. He's fighting out of the corner, plus frames. Down forward 1, clipping the sidestep, but he wasn't ready. And this rage art must have been from a different multiverse, because that did not work. I thought Knee made the big plays on the timing in this round, or that last round. It's this round. All right, Lars running 1. Knee throws out the forward 4, and I think he's Twitch confirming it. Nice little forward 3. This is going to be nasty. Bryan always gets the wall, even with the dropped combo. Down 4, down forward 1, counter hit, power crush, and a counter hit launch. Did you count that? Nobi mashed 3 times in a row. The down 4 hits, so 0 on hit, right? Lars sidesteps and does a button, so sidestep mash. Knee hits the down forward 1-1-1-1-1-2, right? So Nobi decides to play a button again. He gets power crushed. Knee runs up. Nobi decides to play a button again and gets counter hit launched. And this is what was so impressive about Knee, is he called out Nobi for deciding to mash 3 times in a row. Only, like, anybody who fights Nobi prays for this kind of accuracy, because we know Nobi is going to hit a button. Again, the hardest time is knowing when, and Knee had the perfect read 3 times in a row. Forward 4-1, again, I think it's a Twitch confirm where he rips the second hit. I've been seeing Bryan players do that a lot more, and it seems really cheap. Nearly half HP off the wall, full charge. This makes sense. How logical is this full charge, right? Nobi just got killed for mashing 3 times in a row, so he blocks and gets guard broken this time. Great adjustment from Knee. If Nobi mashed there, that would have been so fire. Like, I don't care how many times you kill me, I'll do it again. All right. Nobi fights his way out. Den 3, cancels the stance just to get a heat opportunity, heat burst opportunity. Shoe shine into limited entry into the Shoryuken. Stances, he's regenning a lot of heat, Knee get up kicks and alleviates some pressure, but he whiffs a QCB1, and Nobi gets a really nice whiff punish there. Something to note about how Nobi got this opportunity, that ends the round. Right back here, pay attention to how he got up. He holds forward on the ground and does this kip up. It counter hits Knee, but even if it didn't counter hit Knee, it's very hard to whiff punish. Right? Like, the kip up in Tekken 8 is really good. It used to be a really bad move to do, but with the meta of Tekken 8 being a lot of forward attacking and applying pressure, and the fact that all get up options were like buffed, it's a really good option now. And then Knee whiffing this was catastrophic right as Lars decided to do dynamic entry. So a bit of evasion at play. Knee obviously whiffed from really far, but Nobi had a good timing to go for the Den 1-2. So despite getting called out 3 times in a row in the final round, Nobi is still with it. He gets clipped moving forward by the down forward 1, then Knee plays the down 4. Again, Bryan doesn't really go for counter hits every single time, right? Doesn't go for it every time. He chips away at your health bar if you're deciding to block with the down 4 and with the down forward 1. This was crazy. I don't know how he found that. He threw the homing move and it caught Nobi's like sidestep duck. It would also catch like a backdash duck or like a forward dash duck into full crowd. And what was that read? Knee is making reads that I cannot I don't know how he saw these. Look at this. Down forward 4, he blocks it. He gets hit, and then he just does it again. And Nobi does sidestep duck, and he gets hit. He gets an easy pickup because of the sidewall there. Kind of like scooting Lars closer to him. And then look at this. Lars does a down jab that hits, or that's blocked, right? And then he uses while standing 1, and it calls out the sidestep. Like, what is this presence of mind? Somebody does a down jab here, and I just throw a launcher. This launcher, Lars can block punish with a launcher himself. Forward back 2-1, the 14-frame launcher. So Knee is just locked in on Nobi choosing sidestep button, or a sidestep attack, right? Get up 3 here. This is an important key to note. If any character jumps over you with a running move, your get up kick guarantees a 13-frame follow-up here, like that. And this is huge for Bryan, because now he gets the wall. Nobi gets up with the kip up again. Mock kick gets evaded. A few hitbox shenanigans. Down forward 1-3, but Knee just blocks and punishes, and then finds a heat smash. QCB1. All right, backing away a bit. Lars rips the whole string. Knee's not ducking that Lars string, I think, just because it's not worth interacting with unless you have a really good read. It's better to just let Lars do it. Knee gets clipped by back 4. Back 1, he gets plus frames. Nobi sidesteps again, so Knee delays his back 1 timing to call out the sidestep. Or to follow it. Neo Incinerator, 4th hit. Knee just jabbing and dashing up. Beautiful duck from Nobi. That was really good. And that's another good play by Nobi. This elbow from Knee is an attempt to keep out. The second hit is a high, right? Delayable. So Nobi does a down 4. It goes under, and unless Knee directly low parries after, well, he dies, like you just saw, right? So it could go under the follow-up, and it could hit him. It's a good choice. Running throw, Knee breaks those. Knee ducks the Den 1, but then Nobi just cancels into a different stance, so Knee doesn't get a punish. But he finds the forward 3, and this is where you can see, like, Bryan landing a counter hit is worth taking, like, 3 to 4 Lars lows. If not 5, that was 90 damage. Down forward 1-1, the stomp. Knee goes for a grab. That's a punish on the old version of the move where it used to be Damn, he died. It used to be that when Lars did the stomp here, like on season 2 launch, it would summon lightning. And the lightning would be so plus, he gets a free stance mix-up. So Lars players, if you block the low, would do the power crush here to beat your punish. So that's why Nee does a throw, because he trained that on season 2 launch. Now you could just do a regular punish on it, but it's fine. 2-2. Despite Nobi's early advantage, Nee is finding the opportunities he needs to. Double hatchet kick, now reading Nobi's hesitation, right? And then he ducks the running one. Like I said, Lars does have to hit you a lot, and Bryan doesn't have to hit you a lot. But if you get predictable, right, by trying to force the casino, Bryan also cashes out with big punishes. Because look at this advantage. And what was that low parry? He low parried a down jab and ended the round with a perfect. How did this happen? Double hatchet kick makes Nobi feel like he has to make something happen. This is my guess. I obviously can't read minds. Nobi thinks he has to make something happen, right? The best way when somebody's really good, like Nee, is to start running Lars' stance stuff. When Lars is doing stance stuff, he can't get counter hit by Bryan's big counter hit buttons, right? So here he tries the running one to start the casino again, and Nee is ready for it. Worst case here, Lars does a 4-4, 1+2, or a running 3, and Bryan gets knocked down. Best case, you read the high and you get this launch. This Bryan combo goes on forever. We don't need to see that. Well, we should probably see the Okazemi, right? Wakes up, standing 4, not sure what that was. One jab, super armor attempt. He's just running the offense. And this, we saw Nobi do the down jab before that needed the while standing 1 on, but this is still crazy. He's +1, dashes up, low parries. And all he has to do is clean up the combo. He actually, I thought he was going to drop that. And it's reasonable to think that Nobi would have to play the casino here as well, because what happened this last round? Counter hit launch. So Nee is not only outplaying him after downloading the timings to find the counter hits, downloading his mashing like at the end of game 1. Once he's aware at what he did to his opponent, like you land a counter hit, he's not married to that game plan. He's professional. He's been here a long time. He's fighting another professional. That other professional is trying to adapt. Okay, I got counter hit. Let me run my mix-ups where you can't counter hit me, right? If you're forced to guess, we are equal, but not if you telegraph the need to casino. That makes sense? Nee is the GOAT for a reason, man. His adjustment to Tekken 8 is obviously a testament to his skill. Now, to be fair, I do think that with the 200 HP buff, the nerf to combo damage across the board, the buff to movement, Bryan as a character benefits a lot. Bryan as a character benefits a lot from this. But Nee had already been making these adaptations at the end of Season 1. Nee won EVO Japan with these adaptations. So I think it's a mix of both a season for Nee and a season for Bryan. Good stuff. This is such a cool game. I'm so addicted to Tekken. If you haven't seen my other videos about me coming back, I am addicted to this game. This timing stuff, this movement stuff is so cool. There's no other game like it. I recommend checking out these matches too. Matches like AK versus Matsuba. I'll link this video and the entire playlist of Combo Breaker videos in the description. The matches in this tournament were so fun. Combo Breaker was so cool. I'm a little sad I didn't go this year. If you're still watching, I took that whole April off of competing, right? That's why I haven't been, I didn't go to this major, because going to a major off of like no practice just feels bad. Losing never feels good, right? So I'm resharpening for a regional at the end of June, and then I'll be going to EVO. But I think the Sajam Slam might also be happening if you're up to date on that for Street Fighter. So it'll be a lot of different games to practice. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoy doing these analyses and doing these big tournament recaps. This is an 8-hour video. Is how I have more time to do these. So let me know in the comments if you prefer it this way. I definitely do. And it's great to be back. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like and a comment. Subscribe for more. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.